Look at the midday livestock trade. I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network, and joining us is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. And Kyle, we started off a little rocky this morning, but I think we seem to have found our footing here.
That's right, Lacey. We did start off a little bit rocky. We opened these October live cattle futures at 227.42, shot up to 228.30 right away, then immediately backed off down to 226.07. And then since then, we've gone on, made new daily highs here at 228.77. We're sitting at 228.05 right now. So a little bit off our highs here. Not too concerned about that. The spreads do seem to be finding a little bit of footing there as well as we backed off here. The spreads were strong here this morning. The commercials are in buying, but since the futures have rallied a little bit, the spreads have backed off. So it's kind of tough. It's kind of a tug of war in here right now between the spreads and the outright futures. So feeder cattle, same situation here. August feeders opened at 341.52. Now they're the cash contract going off later this month, but I do want to point out they made new all-time highs here again this morning at 343.75, and we're sitting here at 343. The September contract, lead month contract here with all the volume and open interest, which we do need to keep an eye on here because that's going to be succumb to the roll here later on this week. You're going to see them move out of those Septembers now to those deferred issues. We did see that run up to 342.20, and we're sitting back at 341.65 right now. The index today looks like it's going to be up about 19 cents here to that 336.21 area. And we did see some good prices here yesterday. Beaver, Oklahoma saw a 343 average with a weight of 822 pounds. So decent movement, decent price. We also got some big sales here again on the north here today. So that should help prop the index up. And as long as this cash market stays strong, both feeders and live cattle, I don't see us breaking. That is livestock market analyst Kyle Bumsted. If you'd like to talk to Kyle about the livestock markets, call him at 308-708-7340. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
This August, the Rural Radio Network is hitting the road. It's the 2025 Road Show across Nebraska, and we're broadcasting live from towns, businesses, and ag operations that make Nebraska agriculture strong. Tune in for interviews, stories, and behind-the-scenes access, all from the places and people who grow, build, and lead our rural communities. On the air, online, and across Nebraska. It's the Rural Radio Network Road Show.
Introducing the Rural Radio Podcast Hub. In a world flooded with podcasts, this one stands out by focusing on what truly matters, rural America. Stay informed with the latest market updates and insightful commentary on Final Bell. Keep up with rodeo and Western lifestyle through Breaking the Barrier and the Nebraska Rodeo Update. And sharpen your marketing skills with Grain IQ. RuralRadioNetwork.com. The Rural Radio Podcast Hub, the one place to hear it all.
Good morning. With a check of your markets, I'm Lacey Shippey on the Rural Radio Network. Corn futures are lower with trade again scoring some fresh lows. December's faded through the $4 area with big yield ideas and selling momentum keeping the pressure on as we get more oversold here in the complex. Weekly ethanol production was 15,000 barrels per day lower, and stocks were 100,000 barrels lower. The forecast continues to look good with moisture and potentially warmer second week weather. Weekly export sales are expected to be in the 1 to 1.2 million metric ton range combined. Soybeans had a little bounce this morning, but they've lost those gains, and November beans have found their lowest level since April. Wheat futures are lower, trade pressuring further into the lows on the winter wheat, with KC spreads gaining lightly at midday as we get some more oversold overall in the wheat complex. December corn is down 5 at $3.97. March down 5 1/4 at $4.15. September soybeans down 9 1/4 at $9.62 1/4. November down 9 1/4 at $9.81 1/2. December Chicago wheat down 2 1/4 at $5.26 1/4. March down 2 1/2 at $5.45. December Kansas City wheat up 3 3/4 at $5.29. March up 3 1/2 at $5.48. And September soybean meal is down 5 at $2.72. September bean oil is up 14 at $53.91. August live cattle up 112 at $235.40. October up 155 at $228.75. August feeders up $295 at $344. September up $322 at $342.72. And October lean hogs are down 135 at 91.45. December down 105 at 84.12. And class 3 milk for October is down a nickel